No time.
No bit this
No,
week.
we're late. Get into it.
Give me that
title card.
Hello and welcome to NPCs of Wildemount reviewing CR2 episode 11.
CR, did you forget the word episode? It feels like you forgot the word episode.
I might have forgotten the word episode a little bit. I'm going to reach
Welcome to Critter something. What are we doing?
Don't know, but we're caffeinated and we're here and we're filming.
And
so.
we're apologising we're late. I've had a lot of personal stuff.
Yeah.
Just the world shitty.
He was summoned to a secret council tasked with stopping the asteroids that are hurtling towards Earth. Unfortunately, due to classification of documents, we can't go into any further detail.
To translate that into real life, I had all my stuff stolen. No.
By some...
Whoa, that was a bad word.
I caught myself halfway through the word.
You kind of said the word.
A little, we can bleep that.
You're
fine.
do you want to do the edit?
I can edit this one,
Can you do that? I just don't have time.
Okay, cool. I will bleep out the start of that. Dick waffle is the word. Some dick waffle stole his stuff from a tribe.
I lost a lot of money and keys and
They spent his money. They just took his card and just did like, oh, it was box.
Anyway, that's why we're late. I've just been working a lot, just trying to
make up the cash. Yeah. But yeah, it was a fantastic episode this week. No combat. I can't speak. No combat this week, but we also did not have Ashley, unfortunately. No. But it was a cool kind of roleplay.
Do you know? Does it feel like that was planned? I think it was unplanned.
Yeah, probably.
Actually not being there.
Yeah.
I think that was unexpected.
Yes, absolutely.
But they got Yasha left, so it's quite clear that we're not going to get an Asha next week.
Yeah. When I was DMing the first game when we started, whenever a player couldn't make it, I would have their character kidnapped. But then I realised it happens every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I'm trying to justify the kidnapping.
You kind of just have to have the character go with it, and it's the DM's kind of responsibility of keep them there.
I always forget to put them in the initiative order as well.
Yeah.
So we start the episode. They're talking. They're doing a bit of role play, which is cool.
Wow,
talking about
D&D, that's shocking. Come on, what did you expect? what did you expect?
I expected chided.
They did a bit of role playing in D&D, really, Ollie.
You know, actually, I spent most of last night reading about the history of D&D and where it came from. It was very, very interesting.
That's so relevant to this kind of conversation. I mean,
okay, all right. They're talking. I'm just going to keep this up here. They're talking about the arcane minibar because apparently
you realise it's not soundproof, right?
My hand is soundproof.
This works.
I just don't have to look at you, but then I'm looking at the camera, so I need like one hand there.
Hurry up.
Anyway, they're talking about the arcane minibar, which is quite interesting because apparently that's a thing. While a storm approaches. Now, initially, because of the way Matt was introducing the storm and mentioning it regularly, I thought that was going to be a bit of foreshadowing for maybe a battle or some kind of omen, but it was just a bit of fantasy description.
Yeah, it's basically Yasha got called by a god and she vanished.
There we go.
Yeah, it's pretty much the sum of what just happened there. And it leads to how we're going to experience Yasha going forward. Yeah. So when Yasha gets introduced, it's going to be very god-orientated. Yeah. It feels that way.
Very much like Pike, but on the other side, as she's an Asima.
Yeah. Blip, blip.
Blip, blip. He has to have his phone on because he's expecting important calls.
Put
that
on silent.
Filth. That was absolutely disgusting. I can't believe you talk to your grandma like that. Anyway, essentially what they're doing is they're trying to...
She's deceased, so that's a little bit awkward. Thanks for that.
Fine, I can edit that out as well. Don't bleep that whole bit.
Apparently I'm a necrophiliac who texts my dead grandmother just dirty words. Yep. That's just me. Oh no, it's just Dave. The necrophiliac texter.
Look, we are literally one sentence into my notes. Alright, so no, they talk about Nott's disguise. Ford essentially tells him that he should become a clown, essentially. He says you should have like red bushy hair and massive shoes and stuff, and Nott, being the innocent little goblin, didn't realise that he...
Innocent, no.
Okay.
There is no innocence in Nott.
Not the young goblin.
I'd say not the oblivious.
Not the oblivious?
Yeah.
That's
maybe that's funny. Like, now they got a team name, you know how you used to come up with team names all the time?
Yeah.
Maybe we go not the something.
Okay,
we'll come up with a different one. So not the oblivious.
Not the oblivious. Yeah. Alright, there's a fly on the camera. Alright, so yeah, they basically the first part of this episode is them discussing their strategy to going back to the meeting. The underground meeting where a lot of Zadash citizens are talking about...
That's pretty much the whole episode's about that.
It is true, yeah. It seems they're on a path now, although there is more shopping in this episode.
Yeah, they finally convinced the team to go see Pumet's soul again.
Yes!
It's been like 2 episodes in a row that someone's dropped, should we go there? Like, they really want to interact with that NPC again, but now finally they get to interact a little bit more and have a good time. They just wanted to play with the NPC.
Absolutely, because in the chat, as soon as they mentioned Pumat Sol, the chat went wild. They were going, "Oh my god, yes, please!" Because people love Pumat Sol.
It is the Gilmore.
Yeah, it's the Gilmore of the new campaign.
Yeah,
at least for the start. Until they move out as a dash.
I think Pumat Sol's always going to be there. It just feels that way.
Well, I think you're probably right on that.
Still good.
A bit American.
Still good. No, you got it. It's like Canadian. Like, Pumat Sol's Canadian.
So, we find Nickel Dranas, Pumat Sol. Yeah, Liam is wearing a Decemberists t-shirt. I thought I'd mention that because I love the Decemberists.
And Sam's doing the shirt thing still. He's doing a really good
11
job.
episodes.
Yeah. So they enter the Tri-Spire because they basically just chill out in a fancy area of town.
Yeah.
Because Jester has to check out of her room.
Yeah.
And Caleb wants to get some books. Yeah. And Caleb wants to get some books, which turn out to be weird romance porno.
Oh my god! So D&D, I can't wait for the fan art on this. If you're out there,
I don't know if I think I can.
If you're out there, basically what happens is they go into a bookstore and go to the beaded curtain section, and Matt, beautifully, because Liam had mentioned this before, had a whole list of prepared names for books that are essentially D&D porn. Tusk Love was one of the favourites.
It's kind of like, what's that rule on the internet? There's a
Rule 34.
Rule 34. There's going to be a lot of...
Yeah.
Okay, the fan art this week is going to be very interesting, so... If you have got that, send it to us.
Please.
At d20multiverse@gmail.com. Or don't.
No, please do. I want to see it. And then
you realise that the only two people that have ever been on a show is you and me.
Yeah.
And we're talking about porn. What do you think is going to happen?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like this at all.
But do it slowly.
Do it slowly.
Yeah, draw it slowly.
Send us like a line by line.
Yeah. And we'll just... No, send like a flip book, but just one page at a time.
Send us a movie of you slowly drawing pornographic pictures of us.
Again, I'm 2 sentences in.
We're not. We're a bit further now.
Anyway, Bo wants a reversible cloak, blue on one side, black on the other, which is kind of cool. Also, we find out some real cool stuff about Not in this episode. We'll get to that soon.
Yes, that's good.
We get a lot more name drops. I'm trying to keep up. While Matt is like...
What name drops are you looking for?
Just mentioning stuff like the Cerberus Assembly comes back, the Hall of Apparition, Chastity's Nook is the bookstore where they buy the porn, Ivor Deshin is another name.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of like information going on because
we need a map.
Yes,
I know we had a map of where Zadash was, but we need a map of the actual city now.
Yeah.
Because it's starting to get a bit confusing to me.
And it's the players as well. When Matt drops a name, it's pretty much Marisha, Laura, and I think Travis are keeping notes, like meticulous notes. Because
like there's the outer the section of kind of like you could say the poor kind of area, and then you got the Tri-Spire, which is an upper class of it.
Yep.
So basically, the way I've kind of put it in my mind, there's the lower section and there's the upper section.
Yeah.
So the Tri-Spire is the upper section.
Yeah, I think that's about right. But I agree.
And they use the sewers to connect them because they can't just wander through because of the guards.
Basically, there's like a dispel magic shell around the finer areas. So if they try something like Disguise Self to get through, it won't work. But using, I think it was Ford, and FYI, this is one of the reasons why Ford is my MVP.
That's not how you spell Ford, but alright.
What? What was I saying?
You said FYI, and I said, no, that's not how you spell Ford. Don't worry. It was funnier in my head.
Anyway, so Ford actually very cleverly, and this is one of the reasons why Ford is my MVP.
He's not. I think not is. Because
we had not last week.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. No, Ford was my MVP.
Well,
because...
it feels like not should be because of the massive backstory we got.
Well, no, I can see that. I can see that.
Okay.
I'll give you my reason.
Okay, go. What's your reasoning?
So he was very clever in this episode. He was
he was smart. Wow.
No, because we're so used to seeing...
Why don't we just make Matt the MVP? Because he's smart?
We're so used to seeing Travis play a low-intelligence character.
No, this is 10 episodes in. Yes, I'm used to this.
But now, it's great to see that he can theorize and come around plans and plots and be able to put his hat in the ring of the conversations.
That's a terrible hat.
Hey.
But, I mean, he's been doing that for 11 episodes.
I know, but this episode specifically, when he was at the meeting and they were discussing the plans...
to be fair, just to tie it in with my one, he's the one that came up with the idea to trick Not.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, so we'll go with that.
Okay.
I will give you this one.
All right, it's 1 for me.
Well, you got it last week.
2 for me.
And you probably had a few.
Okay, like plenty of 1s for me.
You're just trying to throw a pity party. Oh, Dave's so mean to me. I'll never get my way.
Yeah, when trying to prove the fact that you're not being mean to someone, mercilessly mocking them is not the way to do it.
Well, we do have recordings of it all.
That's true. Anyway,
that's the main reason I bring it up.
For the love of Christ.
If there was no proof, we would never bring it up.
Chastity's Nook. All right, so they buy the
For the love of Christ, Chastity's Nook.
Look, they go. He wants food from the baker as well. We met Ivor Deschen and the bookstore to buy porn. Matt had to write the titles. Brilliant. Tusk Love.
We're going to hear a lot of like snippets from these books.
Yeah, for sure.
What was Oscar with a K?
Oh yeah,
Oscar with a K.
The half orcs.
Well, I think we're going to get like bit by bit of this story. I would not be surprised if Matt actually writes this book.
Yeah.
And for the entire campaign, Jester reveals a little bit, and Matt just gives Jester like a little bit of a paragraph every week, and you finally get a huge story.
And then they'll release it on the Geek and Sundry store. Yeah, well, it's actually like if you take all the snippets of McBain that you see on TV in The Simpsons and put it in a row, it's actually a complete little film.
Yeah, that's actually true. I know that's true.
I said something true. Firsts here on NPCs. We're only doing it for a year.
Putty again.
I find myself needing to swear on these a lot more often than I can.
You have to validate yourself.
So essentially,
you get insecure.
I'm very secure. I am the most attractive, handsome person in the world. Anyway,
this world's very
Tusk Love is one of the books that they buy, which kind of attracts Jester to Ford a little bit when he comes to her room.
I think that's trying to set something up there.
I honestly think so as well.
I don't know whether they're going to go for it, because it seems like right now Travis/Ford, if they went partners in real life, I would just say no, Ford's not going for it, or Travis not going for it. But because they would have discussed it. Yeah. So I think like it's going to be like Ford being against it, then finally just does something that makes him go, oh.
You know how like you and me, our working relationship.
We're never having that moment, Ollie. We're never going to have that moment where I magically fall in love with you. It's not going to happen.
If it does, I will edit in like a beam of light coming down upon you and put it all in slow motion. No, what I was going to say.
So you know when I'll fall in love with you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So no, what I was going to say is, you know how our working relationship, a lot of the time when we're working through issues, we do it live on camera in the sense
therapy.
Like, in a joke. Yeah, I could see the same thing for Travis and Laura if their characters, you know, Jester and Ford were involved in a relationship. If they had an issue in real life, they could act it out.
She's pregnant.
I know, so that's going to...
And if anyone has spent any time around a pregnant woman, good luck, because it does
just
get heated.
Feed them whatever they need.
Just say yes to everything.
I'd also, just like to offer my congratulations again. We're very, very happy for them. After they
watch this.
After they grab the book, yeah, they do. Of course, they're among our most popular viewers. So
they are the most popular viewers because we talk about them.
Exactly. So Jester gets the book to surprise Caleb. Tusk Love, a tale of half and orcish fucking. Then Ford asks Molly, and this is where your MVP suggestion comes in, what Knott was doing looking through his stuff. And Molly says, well, I'm not sure what he was looking for. And Ford says, well, let's lay a trap. So they put a whole bunch of like gold pieces and stuff.
We should stop, because that was after the meeting. So we should talk about the meeting first. Yep.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was. So basically see, it has the meeting there because we met Dolan, and then it says, not trap.
Okay, because I've got like not stuff there.
I believe I'm right because I write this in order. Do you want to skip to the meeting, or you can talk about the not trap?
No, wait. That's not the not trap. That's just when he asks it. You're completely correct. Continue.
Embrace the moment. Anyway, so they have the meeting with the Knights of... Is it Requel? Wait, is it Requel?
I'm not sure. I am not sure.
The Knights of Requel, the rebellion kind of. I think they're called the Knights of Requel.
Something like that. Yep.
Okay.
I was very distracted.
Yeah, you're just out of it now.
I was very distracted throughout this bit. But
okay. Anyway, they have a meeting.
Yes.
With the Knights of Requel, as we call them. So basically, the plot of this whole thing is that basically they want to bring down the High Richter. Yeah. And basically have Dolan. Yeah. Dolan Thurum. Yeah. Dolan Thurum replace them. Yeah. And basically they can have someone in the High Council or the High kind of I'm not sure if they're called council seat.
They want someone on the inside.
On power.
Yeah.
In power.
Yeah. So that they can start steering the government in the direction that they want.
So basically they're going to fake an assassination attempt.
This was the initial idea. Assassination attempt, we grab the wax seal of the leader, whose name I wrote down. Sutan, Lord Sutan, and that way we can forge a letter from him and stage an assassination attempt.
Yeah.
But this is where Ford kind of goes. This leaves too much to chance. It leaves too much to people.
It's not like a rock solid plan.
No, it really relies on certain things happening that might go another way.
So one of the main concerns was the High Richter not actually going to the Lawmaster and reporting that this has happened, because if they are corrupt, obviously corrupt people have a lot of enemies.
Yeah.
So they don't really want to go to someone that's more kind of straight edge, just in case there is some more to the story behind the scenes that they don't know about.
So they might just kill him.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't work, because then they're just, yeah. So they talk for a while, and they go back and forth a little bit.
And they come up... Did they come up with a new plan? Because I didn't write down the new plan, because I'm a silly bugger.
Well, I can...
So this is going to be on Ollie.
Oh, God. I was so counting on you to have
I know they came out with another plan, but unfortunately I kind of didn't write it down.
Oh, man, this is looking
and I can't remember it.
Party tries to come up with a better, correct? No, sweat, get inside, and see if not. Try.
Do you want to edit a section here, or add in a section of you explain, jumping to a clip of you explaining the plan and then jumping back to us?
Sure. Okay.
All right. So this is what we're gonna do. In a second, you're gonna see him in a different location explaining the plot.
Here it goes.
Of what they're trying to do.
Okay. So the initial plan, they had found that Lord Sutan had been consorting with a underworldy type. They'd gone to report it and found their message had been intercepted by the High Richter. So they decided, instead of forging a letter to stage an assassination, to instead implicate the High Richter, to get the High Richter to investigate the Lawmaster and have the Lawmaster removed so that Dolan can take their place. Back to you, Ollie and Dave. Wow, wasn't that interesting, informative, and what a handsome man that was there.
Or he could have just said, I couldn't find it.
Yeah, or I just
hope you have to find it.
No, I will try.
We've made a big deal about this point, and we've both screwed up, so we need to make it right.
We've had people before be like, you guys are kind of vague on a couple of things. We completely dropped the ball on that.
We just watch it for how we enjoy it. We're not going to be 100% accurate, but we just
not every week. It's a 4-hour thing, and we have...
So anyway, Ford, Bo, and Caleb are the ones that go down to the meeting.
Yeah.
And not Jester and Molly stay upstairs.
Yeah.
So basically, once the new plan has been come to,
yeah.
Ford, Bo, and Caleb go upstairs, and they understand the plan, they understand the intentions, but they still have a little kind of niggly thing in their brain to say, are we on the right side? Are we doing the right thing? Are they actually corrupt, or are we just hearing a group of crazy people in a dungeon?
The Inquiry. That's what they're called. I've got it written down.
Oh, the Knights of the Inquiry?
Knights of the Inquiry. Well, just the Inquiry is the name of the thing.
No, they're called the Knights of the Inquiry.
The Knights of the Inquiry, yeah. So that's the name. All right, we got the great. So essentially, there's a Reddit. I was reading the Reddit thread for this episode, and people really loved the dynamic of having 3 of the players in a very serious scenario underground, talking about the meeting and theorizing, and then being able to juxtapose and going back to Jester and the others who are doing kind of reading porn, essentially. So that's kind of like that balance of serious comedy.
It's like overthrowing government, porn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which one do you want to do?
So the chat was, not the chat, Reddit was really happy about that. They thought that it shows the mark of people that have been doing live streams for a long time and know the audience and kind of know that you have to do a bit of both.
Yeah. So basically they decide to do some info gathering and try and work out whether this government's actually corrupt or not. In the meantime, that's when the knot trap happens.
Yeah. So Ford essentially grabs Molly and says, I don't know what Knot was looking for, but I need to know if I can trust her, basically. So let's set a trap. And they do. They set a pile of gold with a flask on top, and so on, and leave it door ajar and hide in the room, kind of thing, to entice Knot.
Yeah.
This is why my drawing for the week...
did you? Oh, you've actually done a brand different page.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Knot wearing the little mask as well. There you go. Yeah, it's my drawing of the week.
Please donate or buy our shirts so we can buy a scanner. So we can actually just pop it in.
That would be good. That would be good. But
that would make sense.
We'll do
That's actually the best one you've done.
I know. I'm trying to improve my drawing skill, so I decided I'll do one Critical Role drawing a week until I can draw well.
So once you draw well, you're going to just give up?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Max out the skill and then never use it again.
It's like Sims, eh?
Yeah. So essentially, there's some back and forth. Now, Not takes the bait, goes into the room, tries to steal the stuff. They ambush her and kind of ask a few questions. But being Not, rogue, not giving straight answers, Molly uses Devil's Tongue. Which essentially means that...
And it sounds cool, and that's why they went, ooh. So basically it has to tell the truth.
Yep.
It forces Not to tell the truth, which means we finally get some real good character moment of what Not really is.
Technically, it's not Zone of Truth. It means that...
I didn't say Zone of Truth.
No, but it doesn't mean that she has to tell the truth. It means that she sees Molly as a good friend. It's like Charm Person.
Oh.
Yeah. So then...
so Molly, if you lie to your friends, Not could have got away with it.
Right.
But Not does lie to her friends.
Well, when Molly kind of was persuading... Not to tell the truth in this scenario, Not was like, oh, this advice is coming from a really good place. I should take that advice, and made the decision to speak truthfully. Technically, there could have been some lies in there as well.
Yeah, because Not lies to Caleb all the time.
Yeah. But the way that Molly was kind of prepping Not, that was...
I think in the spirit of the moment, I don't think Matt really thought of it. Oh, sorry, Sam really thought from that angle. I always confuse Matt and Sam.
That's really weird.
It's weird.
Very different. Yeah. So essentially, this is where we get some beautiful and wonderful Not information. So we find out that they find out, we already knew, that Not wants Ford's letter to the Academy. We now find out why. It's because Not wants to give it to Caleb.
Yes. So to get Caleb in the school, so Caleb can get more powerful and more knowledgeable, because Not needs to be saved.
Yeah.
By something up north. It wasn't exact.
It wasn't revealed 100%.
But we also know that there's some history about clans and clans being shamed upon. And we know Not is not part of a clan anymore. So I'm thinking that Not kind of ran away from a clan, or something happened with the clan, and that clan now wants to kill Not.
May I drop some theory?
Go.
Alright, so Not is a goblin, right? Prejudice towards goblin.
Is that the theory?
That's the theory. No, this is the preamble to the theory.
Okay.
Not is a goblin, right? And then, she said that people are looking for her, essentially. Caleb is a wizard of transmutation. Not wants Caleb to get more powerful, so that Caleb can transmute Not into a human. So she's not a goblin anymore. Hence the mask, why she wants to be...
Well, yeah, because Not does mention that she wants Caleb to change her appearance.
Yeah, so I think that's where that's going.
I don't think a human, I think just not a goblin.
Right, yeah. So that way when people come knocking and asking for stuff, she can be like, nope.
I'm pretty sure
goblins here.
I don't think that's... I think that's more of a confirmed thing.
Oh, okay.
I think based on the information that we have, I don't think it's a theory. I think it's quite obvious that Not wants Caleb to change who Not is, not a goblin anymore, and become something else so they can hide better.
Yeah, well there you go. That's what I was thinking.
I don't think that's the fact.
Sure. Okay. All right.
I mean, what else would it be?
Yeah.
Why would else? If Not is afraid someone's chasing them and wants to change their appearance.
Well, it made sense. Caleb, wizard of transmutation, more power enough to, I suppose, permanently...
It's my way of agreeing with you, but more strengthening is like, I don't think it's a theory at all. It's concrete.
Sure. But anyway, that happens. And then at the end of this, when Ford's talking to Molly, he asks if he can pray with Molly, which I thought was kind of an interesting character moment for Ford.
Then we're getting a little bit more religion.
Yeah.
It's going to seep through. I think we've had a lot about the Traveller. We know Yasha's beliefs, but the other ones we haven't really dived too much into.
Yep. There's also there's been theory that it's going to be a religious campaign because people have deities, and more of that is getting revealed. Reddit would agree with you.
So the last significant part that happens in the episode, they travel to find the High Rector because they need to figure out whether the High Rector is actually a good person or not.
Yeah.
So they decide to fake being a rich and up and coming.
Yep.
Not up and coming, just a
upper class.
Who have had someone basically screw them over, and they want the High Rector's help.
Yeah.
To kind of find this person and punish them in a sense.
So essentially, they go and say that Tumult, Bombbox, they were owed some services. They paid them and never got the services.
Yep.
They summon the High Richter and roll some deceptions. Nat 20 on the deception check. Awesome.
They did really good rolls to get through this.
Yeah.
And basically they at first it doesn't seem like the High Richter. I dropped my phone. At first it doesn't seem like the High Richter is really going to do anything.
Yeah.
But then they mention the coin. The High Richter pushes the guards out and kind of implies to find some information.
Yeah.
But then Molly just like, okay, screw this. We're going to work out if this person's a good person or not. And then we basically find out they're racist. So
yeah.
So we're basically assuming they're a bad person. And then normally racists are.
Yeah, that's true. And then the party was kind of like, okay, they're not a nice person, right? I mean, they're a bit
racist. Let's call them the racist High Richters.
They're a bit, the racist High Richter. I mean, you know, racism is the stupidest thing in the world. But they were like, well, they're not evil. They're not murdering. They're not killing.
They're racist.
I know, but they actually had a little deliberation.
Do you not think racists are evil?
I don't want. No, I do.
I'm getting you on a track right now.
No, I just think they basically asked, is that enough to condemn them to death? Should we kill them? Should they be murdered just because they're racists? And that is the crux of the problem. Personally, I think mass sterilization and a killing of the excess of humanity might service us well, but
that's not based on racism. That's just because you're a crazy person.
I've already got a plan.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean the way they treat. I mean, it's hard. I mean, they may have been coming from a good place. But they just were bred up to have those, like, tieflings, basically, is what we're talking about. Demons, what do they call them? Devilkin, yeah. It could be just one of those, like back in the day, it's like when people treated other people of a different colour with contempt, but didn't really intend it to be they're a horrible person. But
so this is actually quite an interesting, like, moral qualm.
Do you kill someone for racism?
That's the question. Comment below.
That's the question of the episode.
Comment below if you think we should mass murder racists.
Because some people accidentally are racist.
And if 90% of you say that we should, I will start a program.
And it's funny.
Kill the racists.
It's funny that we're saying that. And we're
two white guys?
We're two white guys in a 20 privilege.
Literally the most privileged. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway, after that, they go back to the pub to meet with Dolan and essentially say, we're with you on this, I think. We want to help out. But
they do have a debate about the morality, whether they focus more... If they weren't going to get paid, they weren't going to do it.
Yeah. So they scrape together some gold. Ulag, who I loved, actually gives out 500 gold pieces of his own money for them.
But the party wasn't going to do it if they weren't going to get paid.
Yeah,
just keep that in mind. So this party isn't exactly morally the best party in the world, even though some of the members try to sway them, saying, you know, there's good people here. Yeah. Mainly Ford says this. There's good people here. We should help them. The payment was the big issue. Yeah.
Now, if you've played D&D long enough, or you know you've had this in the game, you know that quite often someone as part of their backstory will choose a noble background. They are a lord or lady or prince or some kind of higher up that's thrown in that life, put on a cloak, and gone to adventure. I don't think any of the current players have that as their backstory. In fact, they all come from rags, essentially. So,
but they do. Some of their characters act like they're more of a moral high, so mainly Ford.
Yeah, but I think that money is a real motivation for their characters. They don't have a grand amount of wealth.
I don't think for Ford.
Yeah,
Ford doesn't really care too much about. I mean, it brings it up once in a while.
I think he wants answers more than anything.
Yeah, I think he wants to do more of the right thing. I think Molly's more on that angle too.
Yeah.
Not only cares about stealing things.
Shiny things and Caleb.
And Caleb. And Caleb's not.
Only cares about
Caleb's more about knowledge.
Yeah.
So it's when Jester and Bo care quite a lot about money.
Bo definitely just wants the money. Jester, I think, is happy just to have the friends.
I think she's very money driven though, but I don't know if that's Laura or Jester. Sometimes I was like, Laura, is that Jester playing right now? Or is it you?
Yeah. Yeah, so essentially that's where the episode ends.
Yeah, they agree to do it.
Yep.
However, one last thing they said they're going to do, which we're going to find out next episode, is they want to interrogate these guys to see whether they're actually legit. So Ulog, they found where he went to, and they're going to basically get some truth out of him. So we'll find that out next week. Yeah.
So it was a really cool episode. The cogs started turning, whereas the last couple of episodes they were kind of prepping and getting their stuff ready, spending some gold, trying to decide where to go next. Looks like we've now got them in the plot hook and heading towards... Obviously, we don't know what they're going to decide.
One thing that is confirmed, though, we're going to be in Zadash for a while.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah. So please give us a map.
Yes.
We want the map.
Just to give us some visual, because I'm a very visual person.
Yeah.
So sometimes when they're saying places, my brain just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
If you're out there and you know a Reddit link that someone's drawn maybe a makeshift map or even a map maker yourself and you can show us, send us...
Yeah, because I've just got names of places underlined, Cerberus Assembly.
And I can't read his writing, so
I can't read my writing.
But what we'll do, as we do every week, is read out the comment
of the week.
So I'm going to try this one.
Because he's the linguist of the two.
Am I?
That was said very sarcastically.
Oh, you didn't sound sarcastic.
I did a sarcastic.
I actually had hope that you gave me a compliment. I was like, really? No. Okay. All right. Sorry, so. This is from Ryan Ratchford.
Cool, nice name. Alliteration.
Something strange.
Already, 2 words in. All right.
Something strange that I've noticed on Critical Role is that all the characters' official artwork has the characters either looking left or right. They all match perfectly to where the players sit. Travis/forward, Sam/not are on the left, and Liam/Caleb, Tillison/Molly, Jester, and even Yasha are on the right. No idea if this was intentional, but it was not but if it's not, then it's a massive, strange coincidence. I think it was deliberate.
I would have to say...
They planned this one well, heaps better than the Vox Machina campaign, and they know exactly where they're sitting.
Remember when Vox Machina started, they had no idea how popular it would become. They thought it would just be a little kind of show that people would watch. They'd know it was going to explode and have t-shirts and critters all around the world.
Yeah, and that's why they're still a business at the end of the day, because this has to be profitable for them, just like any television show. So they're very careful with how they do things, and having those little nuggets in there just keeps the fan base happy, and that's what they want. They want the fan base coming back for more.
And you could see that when they, before the campaign, they released the silhouettes and everything got us salivating at our keyboards.
Us. I mean, we did 2 videos on it.
That's true.
I don't think we were right. I don't think we were right.
I got Asima.
You got Asima. I know you got that one. I don't know if we got any of the other ones right.
But yeah,
we have to rewatch those videos and actually see whether we've got any right.
Well, now we have an interesting qualm, which was we made the promise every time they do a one-shot, we do one of the old episodes.
Yeah, we still do it.
Yeah, but we should do later on, we have to decide are the old episodes Vox Machina, or do we do the old episodes of CR2 and...
Well, we've already done every episode of CR2.
Oh, yeah.
So why would we redo an episode we've already done? This is Ollie figuring out that his brain doesn't work as much as it probably should. Yeah, it makes sense.
Because of the raccoons. Anyway, that's us for this week. Thank you very much for joining us on NPCs of Wildemount.
Again, apologies that it's late. Next week we'll probably get a lot better because Ollie's only discovering this for the first time. I'm not going to be here next week.
Why do you keep doing this on camera?
I'll be here Monday.
Okay.
So we can record Monday.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Dunedin.
Why?
Because my uncle can't drive the car up to here and I have to do it.
Okay. Sure. Could have texted that to me, but no, let's do it on camera. Alright, so next week...
Is it your sister in Crushing?
I will murder you. I will murder you. I will...
You said on camera.
I shouldn't say... I'm not going to edit that out. No one's going to know.
If I do get murdered, you know why.
I probably shouldn't say that just on the off chance you get murdered by someone else. It's very
I think your sister would murder me.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway.
Sorry, I had to do
that aside. No, you didn't. At no point did you have to make that comment. Anyway, this all goes back to a game of D&D.
Ages ago. It's on one of our live streams. Kudos for you if you find it.
Yeah, it's on this channel if you can find that episode. Regardless of that, that is our episode, NPCs of Wildemount for this week. Reviewing CR2 episode 11. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and comment, because we want to talk to you guys. Thank you very much.
Bye!